Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is May the 2nd, evening here in the United States, already the 3rd in Ukraine, and I can tell you right now, Kharkiv is under the largest drone attack since the war began. The mayor just reporting minutes ago, it is the largest. Over 40 are wounded right now, and this is continuing to unfold. We know that a lot has happened in the last 24 hours, specifically the United States, the rhetoric we have heard. If you missed some of that, you can see the video earlier that I released with Professor Gertis. We did a partnership video on that discussing the United States position and how it looks going forward with the United States being in or out. But tonight, Zelensky lets it fly. The title of the video, as you can see, is one statement, one sentence, putting Putin in panic, sending chilling ice down his spine, and the reality is he gave more than one sentence. There were multiple sentences tonight in his update, and I'm going to play it for you. I have it translated and voiced over, but specifically, it is very interesting timing with all unfolding that now Ukraine being very direct in their statements and now breaking within the last hour something that the United States has done. Very interesting timing. So Zelensky tonight, here are some of these one sentences, but it's actually the last bullet point here is why I based the title the way I did. Zelensky says, we are making sure our supply lines and staffing are in order. Today, he had full meeting with full staff, Umarov, Yermak, Sirsky, and the list goes on. He states, our missile long-range program is our best security. Now, we know that Ukraine has already converted missiles, Neptune missiles, and others to strike long range. We also know that it was over 12 months ago that they had successful testing of long range missiles. Therefore, we can assume that now a year later, Zelensky, being prepared, said, hey, our best defense, Ukraine's best security is our own missiles. That is fantastic, and that is the strongest it can be because it's yours, you're producing it, nobody can stop the flow, and you know your technology best. He also stated our F-16 and military aviation is getting stronger and will continue. He said Sirsky reported that Pokrovsk is very tough, but we are holding, and I can tell you that it is. On my next live, we will be going through the map, every line of it, because I'm receiving so many requests now for people asking me, Greg, please show me the front because lots has changed. I will be doing that in the next day or so. He says, we are fighting strong in Kursk and Belgorod. Do not believe the propaganda coming out of the Kremlin. In fact, I can tell you today that Ukraine actually took some positive ground in Kursk. It's good. He stated Russia continues to deny the ceasefire. And then this is the reason of the title here. The one sentence, the war must be felt where it came from. Interesting statement, very wise, was a man holding cards because it's Russia who's gloating about this great Victory Day parade. It's also Russia stating that they are invincible. U.S. seems to be kind of hands off, backing out of the equation. Maybe, maybe not. And Zelensky coming out tonight strong. Without further ado, here it is, Zelensky. Dear Ukrainians, a brief update for today. I held a meeting of the staff and reports were made on supplies for our brigades and for the staffing of our units. Also in great detail on Ukraine's missile program, our missile developments, and our production capabilities. The task is to accelerate the creation of our Ukrainian ballistic systems as soon as possible. Our long-range capabilities are a clear and effective guarantee of Ukraine's security. I also held a meeting today regarding the development of our military aviation, focusing primarily on Ukrainian F-16s. The aircraft that are already in Ukraine, the aircraft that will arrive in Ukraine shortly, the long-term supply plans, personnel decisions were made to strengthen the management of military aviation. These were decisions for both the Ministry of Defense and the General Staff. And we see now that there are some good results. And I want to thank everyone contributing to the development of our military aviation. The Commander-in-Chief reported several times today, with particular focus on the situation in the Donetsk region, especially the Pokrovsk direction and several other areas. We continue to operate in the territory of the Kursk and Belgorod regions as well. Russia continues to reject a full and lasting ceasefire. All our partners are already tired of these Russian manipulations. We are defending our positions and will act accordingly, both on the front lines and in our actions on Russian territory. The war must be felt where it came from. Wow, what a powerful statement. And that's why the title. The one sentence that'll send Putin into panic, because he's very afraid, as most bullies are. It's just reality. But he says the war must be felt where it came from, and that is Russia. Additionally, didn't you enjoy how he said Ukrainian F-16s? I can show you an image here. Ukrainian F-16s. There's a Ukrainian pilot standing by his flag and his plane. More are coming, supply lines en route. You know, basically every statement he made will send Putin into panic. Ukraine is not going anywhere, and their own internal development is their best security. They've been let down too many times. And I once again remind the world, a fight has been picked with Ukraine. And unless you have been in Ukraine, spent time knowing Ukrainian people and culture, and myself, 28 years working in Ukraine, and I'm excited to get back there. Be starting my 15th month running the front lines there with Zhenya. But if you think Ukraine is quitting, giving up, capitulating, then you do not know Ukraine. And Zelensky tonight making that very, very clear. What is interesting is this. Just breaking. Department of Defense Security Cooperation Agency confirming $310 million sale transaction, not gift, transaction to Ukraine for F-16 training and sustainment. In fact, what it says specifically, it's personnel training related to operation, maintenance, sustainment support, spare parts, consumables and accessories, repair and return support, ground handling equipment, classified and unclassified software delivery and support. This could be good because it could be updates for the F-16s, because Ukraine is not running the same level F-16 as the United States is. So maybe we have some adjustments there. Classified and unclassified publication and technical documentation, studies and surveys, U.S. government and contractor engineering, technical logistics support, and other related elements of logistics and program support. Estimated cost $310.5 million. Everything that I've covered in this update tonight, really, each sentence will put Putin into panic. Ukraine not going anywhere, and neither are we. Thank you for sharing, liking, commenting. What are your thoughts? What did you think tonight of Zelensky's statement? Direct. It must be felt where it came from, and that is Russia. Thank you for all that you do. Be blessed. We'll be back at you.